classroom, you could actually smoke in the.
And we're live.
We're on?
A long
Yep.
time ago,
Okay.
you'd walk, you'd open up that door, and that smoke would just billow out into the hall.
Wow.
That was when I
Put it
started.
in the classroom?
No,
Well, I never smoked in
No,
there.
no.
Wow. Hi, we're live. We're on? Hi. We're live. We're just, don't mind us, we're just talking here. Joe Skya has stories and stories and stories. But Mary Stay is here. Beth Pilkington is here. Joe Skya is here. Drigo Morin. Drigo Morin, who I just found out went to Hicksville too.
But
Who
he
knew?
might have gone with his sister.
Yeah, he mentioned his sister.
yeah,
I
no.
don't know the name. No.
She's a Kickline girl.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised I didn't know
Wait,
what
here
that
she
is.
comes.
Homecoming, yeah,
Yeah,
homecoming.
I
Yes,
don't
she
remember
is.
her. I don't remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh, I'll have to, I don't
What was her name again?
Manuela.
Manuela.
Manuela,
Yeah.
okay. Right here.
George Mikalaka
Hello,
watching.
George.
Here in
Mr. Pold is here. See, I'm still used to calling
Oh,
everybody,
Nancy Husband.
Miss and Mr. and
Hang on a minute.
it's,
That's still what we're doing.
okay. I know, it's true though. I still have a hard time saying, I don't, like Miss Pasaltina used to say that to me. No, I'm Judy now, I'm Judy. I can't,
No, I couldn't do it either.
really.
Yeah, no. Whoever I was introduced by that name, even though it's a teacher or principal, that's what I stayed with. Mr.
Really?
Hogan was always Mr. Hogan to me. He was
Well,
never.
yeah, well, he was a presence. I wouldn't mess with him. And he was best friends with my uncle, so I used to see him at family parties a lot, and he'd be drinking, but I still like.
I love Mr. Hogan.
Oh, he
Yeah.
was great. He was
He
great.
was the best.
I loved him too, but I could never call him Dick.
No.
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Some
people.
Yeah.
of the kids used to call him Dick.
I called him Dick all the time.
That was that thing that we got in our mailboxes once. And maybe it was you that did it. It was like the two guys, the old guy sitting on, or the one flew over a cuckoo's nest sitting at the bench, and the one guy says to the other one, he called me a dick, and I said, no, that's the principal.
I didn't do that, but I should have.
I think that was you.
I had a kid call me a Dick in class, and I said, no, you have me confused with the principal. He's a Dick.
Well, would you like to introduce everyone? Because people are asking.
Oh, I thought I did, didn't I? All right.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know. Miss Stay, Mary Stay is here. Drigo Morin. Damn it. I'll get there. Beth Pilkington is here. Joe Skya, Cynthia Pold, Joan Gilbert Dean.
Yep.
I knew her
She's
Gilbert,
not here.
but she's supposedly on her way. Supposedly, so art teachers and an English teacher. Some of my favorite people, we're just here hanging out, and they brought some of their work to show off some of their pieces.
From Hicksville High School, Hicksville
Oh
Junior
yeah,
High.
we're all from Hicksville. Yeah. Mr. Sky and Miss Stay were in the junior high, but you guys moved up,
Yeah.
right? So, and then you guys in the high
Well,
school.
when you came to the high school, it was 10 through 12, right? It was.
We were talking about that before. When I was a senior, that was the first year they brought in
The
ninth
ninth grade,
graders.
right.
Yeah. So, I graduated in '88.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought your yearbook, by the way.
So we
What happened?
I brought your yearbook. With me.
I have it.
I didn't know if you had it, but
Oh,
I have a copy of it too. You were so cute.
No, not really. No.
You have copies of every year?
A lot of the early years,
Yeah.
but then after a while, I was like, I can't keep up with this. I have yours though, still too. I didn't bring yours,
30.
but you're in his yearbook.
Oh, all right. You know what? Yeah. Because I didn't even know he was a Hicksville guy, so I'm gonna look him up right now. I'm gonna look him up.
So what book is that, 87?
This is '88 when
88.
I
Yeah.
graduated.
Ed Gebhardt is watching.
Hey, Ed.
Ted Urban.
Oh, it's all Hicksville people watching today.
Colleen Kelly. Cheryl.
Ted Urban,
I was just gonna say,
Oh, Kelly, yeah.
Kelly Coffee.
It's a hard
Kelly
day
Caulfield
for
graduated with me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh,
Eric Shevlin's watching, who lives in Hicksville now.
Do you
Right.
remember Mary Sue Carr?
Sure.
Sure, there's Mary Sue and Nancy Hosey and Karen Binder.
Oh, wow.
And then this is Mary saying, hope you're in
Oh, nice.
good health. Why? It's URINE.
You're in.
Oh,
They're the queen of puns.
Oh,
Nancy, there's Dick
Yes,
Hogan.
there he is.
And Karen Binder.
yeah, Karen said she'd be watching from California.
Say hi. Here's Karen. Hi, Karen. Hi. This is you eating on the senior trip. Look at Mary. Look at the fro on you in that one.
Oh,
And-
yes, I did have a
Oh,
problem.
Unless I'm in the wrong place.
And Rochelle Weiner.
Yeah,
Is Rochelle on Facebook?
yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
Well, she should be watching because there's a picture of her too.
Karen.
And then,
Oh my God.
This is the
now,
senior trip?
when you went on your
Who
senior
is
trips,
this?
do you remember the play that you guys saw by any chance?
I didn't go.
You didn't go on the senior trip?
I didn't go on my senior trip.
Oh man.
Sorry.
And that's Patty Hansi.
Oh, yeah, okay.
She was Dealey.
I found it by visual.
We found you. We found you.
Yep.
Nice.
Wait, so I was what, I guess 10th?
You're in 10th grade,
10th
yeah.
grade, yeah. There you are.
And look, this is you with Chuck Close.
I should bought another picture just last year. Another picture of
Look
me
at
like
him,
that
he's
with
like a
Chuck
little
Close in
guy.
somebody.
Oh, Mr. Sorbo. Is she still around?
Ah,
Yeah.
loved her,
No,
Mrs.
senior
DeSorbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, she comes to the luncheons that we have.
Mrs. DeSorbo?
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in a while. We've been
Oh, wow.
trying to have lunch together and it never seemed to work out. But
It was the weirdest thing. Like, I never even had her as a teacher, but I would like walk down the hallway and she would just shove me into a locker. It was like the funniest thing.
She would what? Shove you into a locker?
She would just
Mrs.
like
DeSorbo?
hip check me into a locker, like every time she saw me in the hallway. Like it was the funniest thing.
Wow.
On purpose?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
all the time. It was so
Okay.
funny, and she'd just be like,
Well, she wasn't an
Try doing
assistant
that now.
principal then,
Yes,
though.
she
No.
She was business. She was a
Yes,
business teacher.
yeah, and
So I
I
graduated
didn't.
in 84.
Yeah, I didn't have her,
Okay.
but she had my older sister, and I think she just felt like comfortable with me. My sister's Lori O'Neill. I don't know if you know her.
No, they all came after you guys
Yeah,
graduated.
maybe.
So did you know Pete Magnuson?
Nope.
Sounds
Okay,
familiar.
he was, because he, I think he graduated in like
I knew the
83.
magazines.
Yeah, they live next door to my in-laws.
They what's that?
They live next door to my mother-in-law.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so their kids and my kids grew up together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how you know Julie.
Julie Magnuson.
Yeah.
So you know Julie Magnuson.
Well, I was in Wanto. That's where my kids went, and that's where she's
right, yeah.
teaching. Yeah.
Yeah,
She was
Julie.
great.
Yeah, Julie's awesome.
Mhm.
She's really
Love
terrific.
her, yeah. And
In fact,
her-
maybe she's even watching on Facebook now because I'm
Could
friends
be.
with her on Facebook.
Michael Hogan says hello.
Oh,
Hi,
wow.
He said hello, Tony. Hello to all.
Wow.
When was your
We're
first
just
day
talking
in
about his father.
86.
Right.
Yeah, we were.
1986, 87 was my first year.
Oh, really? Was that? I thought it was a year too late. And that was that. The three of you.
I was
guys-
85.
She
85,
came in the
okay.
year before me,
Okay.
and then I came in after.
And when was Miss Gelberg?
She was 85.
69.
She came to the high school the same year I did.
Yes,
but she had been in the middle school the year before.
Oh,
So
okay.
she came in 85, but she was in the middle school.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, because I remember that much. You guys were still kind of new when I was hanging
Oh,
around.
Vicky Verona.
Yeah.
Vicky Verona.
I went to her wake. Yeah, it was so sad.
So,
I had her for volleyball and everything. Yeah.
she was. I'll tell one story, but I'll
That's the
edit it
play
a little
they
bit. I'll
went to,
never
senior
forget
play.
Vicky when she came down
Yeah,
one day.
they
She
did
was
know.
so mad. She was coming down to
Sure.
the dean's office, and Vicky was always really pretty
Whoever
calm
made
about
the
everything. You didn't mess with Vicky.
arrangements,
But she was coming down the hallway and she was
It
so mad one day. And she walks into the dean's office and she
Oh, that's
slams
when she
open the
asked
door
me
and
if
she
you-
goes,
oh,
"That's
fine,
it, I'm
okay.
writing this kid up." I'm
Wow.
like, "What happened?" She goes, "That
Oh,
kid
it's
called
cool.
me an effing gym teacher. I'm not an effing gym teacher. I'm a effing physical education teacher."
She was actually a great math teacher too. She would sub for like the math teachers, and she was fantastic because I had her so much for gym, and I was thinking to myself, like, oh, this is going to be interesting, and I was like, oh my god, I'm like really learning a lot.
You still
Yeah.
talking about Verona?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She was really bright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was a really. I learned a lot. I learned a lot of good things. Chaperoning senior trips. How if you wanted to, if kids were making noise in the room, you could go and you could unscrew the peephole to the door, and you bang on the door, and then they come, and then you stick a water pistol and you squirt them in the face.
That's fantastic.
I've never heard that.
Oh yeah, she
That's
was
because you didn't go on the trip.
That's good.
Oh,
She
there
had
you
gone
go.
on a trip.
Well,
We
don't
would.
have
Your
senior trips
room. Your
anymore.
room would have been the room we would have been.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
You see that, but that's actually what I loved about hanging around the art classes and my guess it was probably the same way throughout the years, but especially in the beginning, because you guys, it was like hanging out with friends.
We were
It was
young.
very, and it was almost like a college campus
Yes.
atmosphere. All the art students just hanging around, helping each other with their projects, hanging out with you guys.
But it's, you know what, it's still like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, even now that we get a lot of kids, but like kids that don't want to be in the cafeteria, the kids that are looking for a home, we were that home for a
Oh,
lot
sure.
of them.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, if you weren't a jock or something, that was the
Yeah.
place to be, and
Yeah.
where you
And,
felt.
yeah, I can't tell you how
connected.
many kids would come lunchtime, and I had no idea who they were because they weren't in my class.
Oh wow.
But somebody was in the class, and they want to finish something, and they would bring their
Mhm.
friends.
Yeah.
and they'd hang out and make art, and
Yeah.
you know, it was a totally different atmosphere than a regular classroom.
Yeah, like an English
But we were
class or
talking. We were
something.
trying to talk
That's
about.
true.
Now, I never had
Nobody
it
hung
as an
out in
actual
English.
student.
No.
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 And that's what I said to Cynthia on the way here. I said, I don't think I actually had Tony as a student. She goes, I don't know if any of us really had Tony as a student. I think he just kind of wandered into our rooms,
He
and I
just
said, I think he
stayed.
majored in hallway. You know?
That could be.
Yeah.
That could be. I was
But I knew
rarely
from
where
the,
I was supposed
I
to
knew
be.
you from the plays though, because I used to do the costumes for the plays
Right.
with Mrs.
Yes.
Constantino.
Yeah, I remember that well.
Yeah.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
I should have brought your computer graphic self-portrait. I still have it. I have it
Oh
at
my
home.
gosh! Oh,
I have it
I
at
think
home.
it needs
Graphics?
to
What
get
year was that?
posted on Facebook tomorrow. Oh wait, he's got it. Does he have it?
I have this. It's a little ruined, but I
Oh.
do have this, and I have this.
That one.
Oh,
Yeah.
This
I
one?
remember
Yep,
that.
this is the one.
In the early days of
Well, this is
computer
the computer
graphics,
site, yeah.
and this was a big deal back then.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
proud of ourselves to do this.
Oh yeah, well Cynthia had she was on the cutting edge
Right.
of computer graphics.
Yeah,
like, no other
absolutely.
school really had it.
Oh, and I have another one too. I have this one.
Oh, yes.
My nickname, my friends call me Buckwheat, so, so I
Yes,
tried
yes.
to make myself look like Buckwheat a little bit. Yeah, that was, and again, that was, cutting edge. May 1988. Wow, yeah. And then I have this one I made in Miss Day's class.
Oh, was that a self-portrait?
now it is kind of a self-portrait. I saw into the future.
Yes, futuristic.
So just add some hair to it, and there you go.
Sorry.
Oh, thanks for coming.
There's the door back.
And I have, for when Miss Gelber gets here, I have.
She's actually coming right out of her car right now.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, I have. And then I have some other photos I did in her class, but so I still have some stuff. That was I used to just love hanging around the art class.
Susan Clancy D'Onofrio's watching.
Sue Clancy,
I
sure.
still have some stuff from high school.
Christina Della Rada Huddle.
I do
Mhm.
too, actually.
Paul
Yeah, from your high school.
Furio.
Well, my high school was Hicksville High School.
Yeah.
Bonnie Scalise assisting Tony.
Hi guys.
Greg Scholl. Sue Cucci-Giri.
Sue Coochie! Coach! Hey, Coach!
Sherry
Coochie, another one who
Labisi.
majored in hallway laundry.
That's the name I remember.
Carol Diamond Magnigan.
Maddie.
Yes,
Yeah.
Carol.
Yeah.
Hildy.
Hi, Carol.
So do you guys? I mean, you all did around 30 years, right? Give or
Yeah,
take?
32?
Do you?
37.
37, really?
Prison.
Wow.
You did
You
37
did 30.
years.
Well, you had to be up there too, right? How long?
33, I got 4 years off.
People
the
do
good
less
years.
time. Yeah, I was gonna say, people
That's
do less time for
impossible.
murder.
That's true.
You never got off for good
But how do you
behavior.
remember all the names and like the time frames of when they were
You don't.
around?
It-
You don't?
I can-
Because he does.
Some
He
people
does.
you remember,
Yeah.
boom, they
Forever,
jump
yeah.
right out. Some people, I forgot your name.
Whoa. They know Frank.
Hi.
Oh, here comes
There's
somebody.
trouble. There comes trouble.
Move
You
over.
just sit closer to me.
Yeah.
New York State Teacher of the Year.
What's weird?
Just drive up to
You
my
sitting on his
house.
lap now?
Hey, we slept together.
That's right. We
Wait,
did.
what?
We did.
What time is it?
Yeah, I tell
Bus
everybody.
to Albany.
Actually, it's on the right back.
On the right back.
Hey there, Joan Dean.
how are you?
Hi.
Oh
my God, you're all blonde.
Beautiful.
I just came from work.
So I'll go up there.
Hi.
Okay.
Good. How are you?
Good, good.
Hello.
Hello, it's been a long time.
I know.
I would get up on the senior member here. I can't.
I see.
I know. You look good though.
Hello.
Hi.
That's
I'm Sally.
This is Joan. I'm going to say Miss Gelberg, but
Yeah, you'll always be Miss
Yeah.
Gilbert, I'm sorry.
She hasn't heard that one in a
No.
while.
oh, that's,
ID off, have somewhere in my ID.
and I was we were going over old work, and I
Oh,
pulled this one up.
Oh my God.
That's from your photography class.
Not enough fixer though. I see
Yeah,
you
no.
around.
Getting criticized 30 years later.
You may be able to sit there.
what was the grade on the
I
back
think you
of that?
can, yeah. If you squish
Is
all
there
in,
a-
I bet you can.
So hard.
Oh yeah, it says nice 91.
Woo!
Oh, good.
My class?
But not enough fixer.
But
Oh,
not
that's
enough.
you, right?
Oh yeah, that's my handwriting.
Nice.
Circle.
Nice.
I got a 91.
Very nice.
Take that, and you and your fixer.
Her
Yeah,
fixer.
well, that comes out much later, years later, so you
Oh,
don't
okay.
know.
Yeah, sure.
Listen, a lot of those photos handed in were just out of the chemicals and
Yes,
stuff.
which I miss, by the way, in this digital age. I miss going in the dark room and
Yeah.
messing with the chemicals.
They don't have that anymore, right?
No, we still
No.
have
Yeah.
it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we
And
still
kids
have it.
actually get involved with that?
People
or
still
they're-
do use film.
Cameras.
Yeah, we
Really?
wanted
It's
that.
hard to
And
get film
we
now,
kept it because there's so many colleges that teach it and so many high schools that don't. And our kids are at an advantage because they actually know how to process film and develop images in a dark room where
But
a lot
they're-
of kids
they're
don't know how to
into
do
it,
that. Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You know,
Yeah.
that was fun. That's one thing I wish I did more of actually as a photographer.
It's a long process for them to get to learn.
But you were in
that,
the
though.
hallways too much, that's why you couldn't get in Sorry, Tony.
It was a big social event. Yeah.
That was upstairs.
Tony, I
right?
just remember
when you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
it wasn't? They changed that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We ended up. Well, I ended up in Tina Giansante's old home ec room, which became the photo lab.
Oh, okay. Now I remember that.
The
Yeah,
dark
it
room
took
was
me
upstairs.
No.
Had that door.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, right.
What plays did you do? Did you do Guys and Dolls when you were in school? Do you remember the plays that you guys did?
The big one for the musical was Anything Goes.
Anything Goes, that's what it was.
And then we did.
I remember Grease was played at one time.
That
Yeah.
was before
That
my
was-
time. That was the
We
year
were,
That was
that was your
86.
first
When did
year.
you
That was
start
my
here?
first year at
86,
the junior
87.
high.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that was
Did it, yeah.
86 with Bobby Sen. Bobby Sen was in Grease.
I remember a student that performed in that, but she was an art student. And I just remember her staying in the class afterwards, and I can't remember her name, but I just remember we had a nice connection, and I knew she was participated in Grease.
I was
See,
at the
we
junior
don't
high then.
we don't keep all the names.
Now, I'm
You're
friends
really
with
gonna
Yeah.
Rob
put that on your-
Dombrauer on
Oh,
Facebook.
we've
He
already-
used to
yeah,
do
we've
a lot
already
of the
pulled it
plays
out.
too,
Oh,
but I
great.
don't know what year he was. Was Rob Dombrauer with you?
He was a year before
The
me.
year before you?
Yeah,
Okay.
which
When did you graduate?
88.
Oh, so this is a yearbook I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Donnie Moore is watching.
Hey, Donnie Moore.
I think it's falling apart though, Joe.
Linda Maria
Probably
Smith
have
is
more
watching.
copies in my attic somewhere.
Actually, and it's crazy because now you can get these things online, and it's
yearbooks?
yeah, the yearbooks are online now, and I forget the website, but I went on some website, and I mean every page you can just see it, and it's amazing to me. but-
Michelle Asta's watching.
Hey, Michelle, she graduated in '87. I wanted to look at the teachers because you're talking about the plays and stuff. There was one teacher that I didn't know for a hole in the wall, but she came up to me and said, "You were good. You need to get into it," and it always
Was she
stuck with me.
not the theater teacher?
No, I don't know. I don't even know what the
Which,
teacher's
by the way,
name
we
is.
still need to come see one of your shows.
Well, Mrs. Paul came
Murder
one.
mystery.
Oh,
I
that
think
would be
the time
fun
that
to
I
do.
I was away or something when you guys went, and I couldn't go that time.
March 29th at Governor's. You can come see us.
There you go.
Where are the teachers?
Well, this time when you go, I'll go with you.
Okay.
If I can find the teachers. You guys are in here somewhere.
Must be.
Is Mary stay here?
I can't get a word in edgewise.
Well, Mary
No,
Stay
she
was.
wanted to go.
She was my first favorite art teacher because I had her in the junior high first, and I also had you for homeroom.
Oh, okay.
And I remember one time in homeroom there was a new guy that came into the school. Paul Voigt is his name. I can't find you guys. And see, you're still saving my ass.
Right?
Yeah.
Brother, maybe?
Yes,
Christine?
her older brother. Yeah, and he was brand new in the school. I remember Miss Day pulled me aside and said, "Go talk to that kid." I mean, why me? She was just go talk to him. but again, just talking about how hanging out with the art in the art classes was just like it was like a college atmosphere to me. It was just very accepting. But I feel it started with you because I to this day I don't think I've ever met a happier person.
No, that's true.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
always smiling.
Sure.
Laughing,
Always.
always laughing.
Just a great, but really I think that's why I have so many memories of all the art classes because it was always a great atmosphere.
It was a nice.
It really was. It was never, especially for a wise ass like me that came through. You guys were so great to me, especially
Oh,
you,
please.
especially
Come
you.
on, you were not.
Right? You
Yeah,
cut
yeah,
the other
yeah,
class
yeah.
and button the
No.
arts class.
Listen, just so you know, I can't find them either.
And she made it, so I don't know what's going on.
Did you pull all the teachers out of there, Tony?
No, I
Yeah.
definitely didn't.
Put X's all over them.
Just put X's to the ones that died.
Yeah. Well, I can do that with some classmates too. We're in double digits.
Really?
It's crazy, right? I can't believe it. And this, all right, so refresh my memory though, because remember with this
You have the
yearbook,
same one?
Yeah.
we went to Princeton.
You have the
remember?
under.
Were you on the Princeton trip?
Oh, you only did it the one time?
Only the one
Oh,
time.
yeah, that
Maybe
was
the
nice.
one time.
Came
I love that freaking
I
trip.
remember that
I guess
trip.
he uses his a
He
lot.
must use his a lot, yeah.
What happened?
You must use your book a lot because hers is in much better shape.
Oh, is that right?
He pulls it out like, yeah, we just keep it
Yeah,
all
I
on
mean,
himself.
Yeah, if we have people that we know. Yeah, because
Marianne Neglia,
Perchinsky.
Oh.
Marianne Waters.
Marianne
Cole-
Waters,
Cole-
hi,
Oh,
Marianne.
Oh, I got the wrong area.
she said, hi friends. Robert Thayer is watching.
Hey, Rob Dave, class of '87.
Christina Blackman Kelly.
Oh, she graduated with me. Hi, Christina. All right, so how was
There we
how
go.
was retirement? Oh, you got the teachers?
Oh, these are the ones because we need a magnifying glass to see
Yes,
the teachers in
it's
this
very
book.
small. Yeah, so it's only like 2
So
pages.
where
or
are they?
something.
Here, page 103.
Oh, you're
Three.
getting it.
And that's it.
Page 103.
You know, I remember all the hair.
Mr. Petrelli.
Mr. Petrilli, I think it was that following summer after I graduated that he passed,
Oh yeah. he
if
was
I remember right. Yeah.
So that was the summer I was out with you at camp.
Yeah, that's right.
And Mr. Petrelli's son went on to be
Oh, here it
a
is,
big
you're
time
right.
guitar player.
Oh, did he?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he played with who's the other? Wasn't Ozzy? Oh, Alice Cooper. He played with.
Really?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I knew he
Wow.
was a player.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh.
didn't. After I said that, I
Tough
was
one.
like, another art term you're not supposed to.
Yeah, these are pretty small pictures. Huh?
Yeah, they're midget size.
Okay, wait, I have glasses.
Can't say that.
I've gone from
Oh, that's right,
sunglasses
sorry.
to reading glasses on
You
my head.
can't see. Little people.
You guys get a pass.
Wow.
We'll see what they do.
I
What
don't
was
even.
that?
I don't even
That is
remember.
Mr. Klein.
Mr. Klein.
He's passed too, if I'm not mistaken, right? Mr. Klein.
Did he?
Social studies teacher.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
Dave
I
Ballard.
had Mr. Klein in class when I went to Hicksville.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, I forgot you actually went there too. So, what year did you graduate? So my mother is 62.
65.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
And I
then Sue
heard this
Boughton, but
voice
she wasn't
behind
Boughton
me when
then.
I went
She
to the
was
counter
Sue.
the first day I was teaching
What
there.
was she?
Oh,
Sue Filer.
Sue Filer.
Sue Filer.
And I
Yeah.
said, hello, Mr. Klein. But I couldn't find him.
I think
And he
his
goes-
dog has worms.
I know. I had hair and I had my nose done.
Oh really?
And so he looked entirely different from when I knew
Wow.
him, but he had
Oh,
the same
thanks.
voice.
Wow. So all right. So now who's you
Danny
guys?
Holland's watching.
Oh hi.
Susan Mandel Goldstein's watching.
Oh, Sue
Susan
Mandel.
Goldstein. Hi, Susan.
And Paula, that's your friend, I think, from Wantagh, right? Or did she go to Hicksville? Paula Daz.
Paula Dossi. She's Hicksville.
Hicksville?
Yep. She was a
Oh,
year
she's
after me,
watching?
and she's married to Craig Frierson, who graduated with me.
Nice.
That's nice.
So, well, all right. So what's this? What are you
So
guys?
Drigo was a student of mine in 19. Well, it wasn't. Maybe it was
Yeah.
90. It was
Or
1990. Yeah.
90, graduated
And
90s.
so I don't know what. I guess years later, we as teachers we get postcards of all sorts of things. Years and years later, I got my stack of mail and there's like this exhibit, that exhibit, and I'm like tossing things in the garbage. And the next thing as I'm tossing this one thing in the garbage, I see names going by, and it's Chris Yee and Drigo Morin and wasn't it Evan Campanella? Was Evan Campanella in that too?
In
It
a
was
show?
a show.
Yes,
And
yes,
so
I
I'm like
remember.
I'm gonna go to this show and I'm gonna surprise him. And I showed up and I saw you guys, and that's when we reconnected. And so we kind of kept in touch a little bit. And then I started that exhibit over at the Hicksville Public Library and invited you guys to come and
Yep.
start showing your stuff.
Graduates. Art.
So ends up Drigo works in a framing shop, artistry framing now, but
Wow.
before that it was a different place. And so Drigo started doing all the framing for our kids for the Heckscher Museum of Art and for all that other stuff. So then I said to Drigo, and he's an amazing painter. He was
Yeah.
amazing when he was in high school too.
No, you.
Yes,
No.
yes.
High school, we were.
And so I said, I belong to a gallery in Northport, so you should start showing your stuff there. And he's like, oh, okay. And Drigo starts showing his stuff, and he starts selling his stuff. And now the two women that were the managing partners of the gallery are stepping down, and they needed people to step in. So now Drigo and I are the managing partners of the gallery, which
wow.
is the Firefly Gallery in Northport.
Excellent.
And so it's pretty cool because
Yeah, we're moving into a bigger space.
huge space.
Closer, more into town, but yeah, it's going to be good.
And
Probably like twice the size of it. I
yeah.
think,
And so now, but there's a lot of Hicksville people involved in it too, which is kind of funny. There's Bill Marin, I think, is from Hicksville, but I don't know.
When he graduated?
I don't know when he graduated. And then there's a couple other Hicksville artists, and it was funny. We found that out at one of our gatherings. But I just think it's kind of funny that he started out as my student, and now he's my partner, and we're going to be managing a gallery together.
What was the show that you went to? What kind of an art show or?
Yeah,
Way back?
Yeah,
Yeah, the one that she
was?
surprised you at. Yeah.
Wasn't it down here? It was like in Wantaw or
Yeah, it
No,
was,
but-
it was in a
It
bar.
was in a restaurant in
Yeah.
Yeah, but what kind of show? I mean,
it was an art
Oh, an
show.
art show.
Me
Yeah,
and
okay, yeah.
Chrissy, we put something together. Maybe someone else too. I forgot who else. It
I
was,
think
but-
Evan
that
was
was like
there.
I think
but
it was
yeah,
Evan.
it was in a restaurant or something in Hicksville or City Road, somewhere over there.
Yeah. And we showed up, and you guys were like totally blown away that we actually came, and
Yeah, then you started doing the library thing. I think that's how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
and we started to do the alumni
Yeah.
for that.
Is that still going on then?
Yeah. In fact, Mary, you should be putting something in it,
Oh, you-
right?
I didn't know that.
Well,
No,
you should. I think the drop off is tomorrow, so get it over there.
Oh my God.
Um,
We don't hear about that.
But see, we wouldn't put anything in because we didn't graduate from Hicksville. She graduated from Hicksville. So, because Michelle asked me, she said, are you going to put something in the library show? I said, I didn't graduate from Hicksville. I'm not an alumni.
I'm
Come
sure
on,
you
it
could
counts.
still.
It counts.
But we did graduate from Hicksville.
One of the hundreds that you
Yeah,
had.
that is true.
We did.
Yeah,
We stayed in high school for 32 years.
We remember the teachers a lot more than we remember half of our classmates.
that's
the
totally true.
impact that the good teachers have.
Mm-hmm.
So all of you, so you're still active art-wise, obviously. You're always posting some amazing work, which blows me away. But all of you are. All of you are. But you're not. You're not.
I changed careers.
You're union, right? You're,
I am.
Nice. I'm a union guy myself.
I left right after 30 and a half years, and I became a labor relations specialist for the New York State United Teachers. So
Wow.
I'm working on a different side of
So
things.
wow. So United Federation of Teachers. So this isn't just a district. This is
So
statewide.
I work for New York State United Teachers.
Wow.
I work up in Westchester and support 20 different contracts, do their negotiations, their
Oh
arbitrations.
wow. That's wow.
I kind of went in a different direction.
But that's an important gig.
I like to think so.
Can you can tell when they're bluffing during the negotiations?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that stuff. I was a big union guy myself for many years. I was a chief steward, CWA Local 1104. That's right. Wow, that's cool.
What is that?
Telephone workers.
Okay.
Yeah, I was.
Education workers.
Yeah, I was a telephone guy for a while, but wasn't my thing. Nah, I don't know. I was the arts and
Yeah.
performing. I don't know how I ended up there.
You had to have a job. That's what
Right.
happened.
But I don't
He
know.
has to pay the bills.
Yeah, true, but I don't know. Nobody grows up wanting to be a phone guy. They grow up wanting to, create and have fun, and I don't know. You can't, in my opinion, and honestly, I learned this stuff in high school too, through you guys, through Artie Horowitz, through Judy Pasatina. You can't put a price tag on that stuff.
But isn't that you ended up wanting to have fun, and you did.
Absolutely.
You got rid of
Absolutely,
the
yeah.
the boring job that wasn't toasting your muffin and.
Toasting my muffin.
Yeah.
You guys are toasting my muffin right now.
I have like 10 jokes in my head right now.
Actually, I think that's actually a Nancy Hosey.
Is
she
that
used
right?
to go
Is she
either
from-
something about toasting my muffin or floating my boat. That doesn't float
That
my
one I've
boat.
heard,
That was
yeah.
that's a Nancy
Whatever
Hosey.
floats your boat. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat. Yeah.
But it's true, and not to be corny, but we were talking about it just before we went on. Some of us here have had some cancer battles, some health issues, and not to get a little corny or anything, but that's really what did it for me. After surviving cancer, you know what? I wasn't meant to be a phone guy. I shouldn't be here. Especially going through the union battles all the time. It's tough. Mentally it's tough, and going home a lot of times from work feeling a little sick to my stomach. So, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. And then I kind of went back to what I enjoyed doing. And again, you can't put a price tag on that. And again, even though you're retired, you're not teaching, but you still want to create and art and have exhibitions, write
We've
books.
even brought Joe into our
That's right.
into,
That's right.
into the art of
I-
Web of Sin.
I'm keeping a low profile. I just want to let you know.
He's good. He's really
he is-
good.
he is very
you know
good,
who else
yeah.
is really good too? Is since she's retired. Oh, you wouldn't have known her, Pat Siciliano.
She's
She
amazing.
was
I just got a
assistant
message
principal.
from her.
Her watercolors are amazing, and
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
a math person
Oh,
and
yeah?
Yes,
assistant
she was a math
principal.
Teacher.
Yeah,
It's,
I just got a message from her on Facebook. I invited her to come on Friday.
Yeah.
So here's the latest. When Joe Scotty was here last time, he was promoting the UFSD 71 book. Which,
the inside story on the teachers that you loved and hated.
At the middle school.
and after he was on here, it sold 8,000 copies overnight. It was amazing. But now he's here. He's got some new novels here. This one especially, kind
More
of.
my speed.
Me too.
Novels.
That one looks, a little. That face looks a little familiar on that one. Well, what's on the shirt? Is that another?
That's a little drawing of me, which I drew. And
Is that right?
And Jen Ball, who did the illustrations, put it on the shirt.
And this one, I like the title, P Father and the Earwix Elf. That's funny. What is P Father?
That's what my grandkids call me.
They call you P Father?
Or they call me P.
They call you P.
Is there a reason why?
Yeah, that's what's the.
My kids, grandkids, whenever I go and visit them, they always say, the house smells like pee. No, it's because I wear patchouli all the time.
I thought you were going to say I wear diapers. And
Well, maybe.
Can you get off the couch, please?
Yeah.
Smells like pee.
I knew it was going to go bad soon.
All right, now also I did notice, we talked about it before we went on, but this is written by Joe Scaya, illustrated by Jennifer Ball. Meanwhile, we're in a room full of art teachers, and I noticed he didn't ask any of them to.
Well, none of these
illustrate.
people
Clearly
are
we don't have
illustrators.
jobs.
I see, but I'm gonna, I'm gonna disagree with you there, because I was looking at Miss Appold's, Facebook, and it says, studied drawing at CW Post, right? Well, there you go then. See that? Now I'm getting you in trouble then.
You know who would be great if you need another illustrator sometime? Hicksville graduates are Noelle and Joy Vachese.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's Joy Buren and I'm going to mix that up. But they're on Facebook too, and they have a wonderful illustration company. They've won some pretty amazing awards and do some really great animations and illustrations.
What was the last name again?
Vachese, and then James Buren is another. Joy, I think, married James.
Really?
I think.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, how can people find your books? Is it through you or on Amazon?
On my website, which is
On your website? What's your website?
josephescalia.com. Used to be Scalia, but now it's Scalia. On
Same
Amazon,
spelling, same spelling.
same spelling. Lowercase, no space.
Or on Amazon? Okay.
Now we're
why you're a
talking
writer.
English.
Yeah, he had a lot of health issues for a long time.
All right, Mary, your turn.
Well, Joe did ask me to illustrate his book, but I couldn't keep repeating the same thing over and
Oh, is that
over.
right?
Yeah, it's a hard thing
It's a
to do.
difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
To make the characters stay the same.
Stay
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah,
and-
sequential art's a lot different
Right.
than just.
Well, I did line drawings in the fish story book.
You did, yeah?
drawings?
Yeah.
I did take a cartooning class, I don't know, the late 90s or something. And again, this is, before computers, so, drawing, 150 to 200 of the same thing for
Same thing.
8 seconds, I couldn't, I took the class and got through it, but.
No, it's a whole different skill
Yeah,
set.
absolutely.
It is a different
Maybe
skill.
storyboards or something I could have done, but the cartoons like that. So all these are all you?
Those I did, yeah.
Fish.
Nancy Hosey Pierce is watching.
There she
So
is.
is she not
Nancy
joining us?
bailed on us.
No, actually, I think she said that she was coming in like a half an hour.
Oh yeah.
I
That'd be
think
great.
so. And Karen Binder.
Karen Binder.
Karen Binder.
And she came to one of our shows too, a long time when she was still living up here.
Where is it? Here, show Karen this one. It's her and
Oh, good.
Nancy Hosey Pierce and Mary Sue Carr.
Mary Sue Carr. She was a phys ed teacher, wasn't
And
she?
then an AP after that, yeah.
Right.
Nice. Yeah, I think my sister had her and loved her.
I used to have to. I used to have to get approvals for my jokes of the day through Miss Carr.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the jokes of the day on the
Yeah,
lounge.
explain that. What did you used to do? Because I think this is amazing.
It's amazing. I wouldn't say it's amazing.
I think it's really
I
cool.
did the morning announcements. That's all. And
That's
I just.
not all. You came up with a brand new joke every single freaking day, and it had to be
I had a book.
clean. How do you do that? Oh, really? You just stole? Oh, well, never
You
mind.
think I made them up?
You can move on. Yeah, I really thought you
You
came
can
up
say
with a
you
new
made 'em
joke every
Yeah,
day.
No, that's all. But sometimes I got accused of getting a little too risque. So Miss Carr had to go.
Oh, you
approve
don't
me.
want to mess with Miss Carr.
Oh, absolutely right. Yep.
Well, when we first moved to the junior high, from the junior high to the high school, because the junior high became the middle school,
Right.
Mary Sue Card had said, I don't know what we're going to do. There's so many people, you wouldn't believe how long the lines are in front of the weight room. So I said, that's why they call it the weight room.
That's funny. That's very funny.
Makes sense to me.
Mary's the queen of the puns, the one-liners.
I don't even remember a weight room.
It was in a corner somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, it moved too.
Yeah, I
They
didn't.
made a
I
new
don't remember
one.
it
I
either.
don't remember that at
Tara
all.
Ann is watching.
Oh,
That
hi,
was
Tara.
the back entrance to the school. Wasn't there a room down there?
It was near the showers. That
Just
I
in the
bet you
basement.
never
We had
remember.
showers.
Yeah,
No one will.
You know, they made a
They
new
were
one,
disgusting.
where the school store used to be.
Okay.
They,
Oh yeah.
No, that's the wrestling room.
Yeah.
oh, yes,
the
sorry.
weight room's in the back.
Yeah.
I thought,
Yeah, it's in the
Yeah.
back.
I
It's
thought
way
they
in
were
the
the
back.
same. So much.
I know, yeah.
Wrestling, weight, I don't know.
Michelle
That's what
Asta
the
said, "Tony, you're going to need a bigger couch."
That's true. Yeah. There's
No,
a,
not
wet,
at
a
all.
wet spot over here.
Tea father.
Grandpa P.
It smells like pee.
Smells like pee.
Karen Binder said, "Great picture, Beth. Thank you. I remember when that picture was taken. I remember the weight room."
So what's it like with social media now? Do you guys, is it nice to reconnect with former students? Did it help you remember anybody, or did you remember? Again, a lot of you guys have great memories.
And some of us don't.
Well, I can remember the kids from the beginning better than I can remember
Oh,
the
yeah?
ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the ones from the beginning I can remember easily.
Well, that's why I retired, because I couldn't remember the kids.
You all get hundreds.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
Just all get
you get an A, you get an A, you get an A.
Right.
I think you got an A.
Well, I think it's easier to get together through social
Oh,
media.
sure.
Whether it's
Yeah.
like reunions or
Right,
events
right.
like this or whatever. Without that, I don't remember how you used to do that. Like, how was that even organized?
Yeah,
Mail.
You
Paper.
know, like class reunions and
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, but
Not
for you
even-
guys, I mean, I don't know, did teachers do they even get invited to reunions? You know, I would think
I
for you
went to
guys,
one.
this is,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've
to
never
one.
been invited.
I think
No.
it was
There
Elaine
was-
Chow and Laura Mango and that whole class, which was the class of '92. I
Did-
want to say I went to their reunion.
Didn't you just have one?
Yeah, your
Because
third,
I couldn't
right?
go to that one.
Okay.
I was
Yeah,
invited
just
to that and I
this
couldn't
past
go.
year was our 30th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
30th?
Was it a lot of
30th.
people there? A lot of
30th?
people showed up?
There was no, it wasn't
82, I think.
maybe 100 people, 120, something like that. It wasn't, and we had 500 something in our class.
Oh, that wasn't too many.
No, we haven't
I
really
think
had
the
a
social
lot.
media is kind of like cut down on the people that go to reunions. Because
That's
we
what I
all,
think too.
Oh,
like, you'll just
Everybody's
say,
in touch
hey,
now.
let's meet
that's
at
true.
such and such.
Right,
And
you
then
used
you
to
just
go
saw
to
them
these
last
things out of
week.
curiosity to
Yeah,
see them and
'cause you
catch
wouldn't-
up. Now everybody's in touch all the
Although
time.
we had that very large reunion in 2000, and I met friends that I went to elementary school with, Lee Avenue, and we still see each other.
Was
Yeah,
that like a
that's great.
cluster reunion of like
It
an
was
all Hicksville?
everybody from my cousins that graduated in 1952, and so it was from 1952 to 2000.
I think
Wow,
I think
that's a.
Tony Carreri went, and Marianne Waters went
Yes.
to that, and a couple other people.
Oh, did he graduate from Hicksville as well?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How was he?
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
he was a good teacher. I enjoyed him. Very.
Yeah, we were supposed to get together
Very,
for dinner.
I like his sense of humor. a
Yeah,
little
very dry.
Yeah.
He
Very
terrified me, Mr. Craig.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
As a teacher, he terrified me. Yes. There were several teachers that terrified me as a new teacher. I stayed away from.
Yeah.
He was quiet. He was very quiet.
Yeah.
When you're all talking about the different like weight rooms and stuff, Michelle Asta said, "I remember the dean's office."
The bench outside the dean's office.
Yeah, right.
That wooden bench.
Carol
Michelle-
Miner's watching.
Michelle. Oh, hi, Carol. Michelle's maiden name was Broomer. Broomer? Something like that. Broomer. I don't know if anybody remembers that name, but yeah, and her husband Chris is also 87. Chris Asta. Yeah. So
You remember everybody.
Well, that's the thing with Facebook. I really didn't remember anything, and I didn't really keep in touch with anybody until Facebook. But once it kind of hit me out of nowhere. Once I started, in fact, it was my 20-year reunion, and even that we had less than 100. It was hardly anybody. But Robin Mirsky, it was at the reunion. She told me about Facebook. I'd never heard of it. Knew nothing about it. But
Like 2008 or something?
yeah, 2008. And I went. I whenever the reunion was, it was a few days later. I looked it up on looked up what Facebook was, and and of course it's blossomed into what it is now. But that's when I started reconnecting, and the memories just came flooding back. I mean, really, just, and I was completely overwhelmed by it. And we actually had 2 reunion parties that year, and it was just so great to see everybody. And we started wondering why you lost touch with some of these people in the first place, and just. So I totally just dove right back into it. Yeah, now I do. I remember so
it's
much.
funny because you said that maybe with social media, maybe that's why the reunion.
We see each other all the time.
It should be my 40th high school reunion this year, and I have heard nothing about any kind of a reunion that's supposed to be happening. And I'm just wondering, maybe everybody's just keeping in touch on Facebook, and they don't feel like they need to spend the $80 or $100 to go to a party. I don't know.
Still had a blast though. Had a great time.
Where did you go to school?
West Hempstead.
So you're a Long Island.
I am.
Yeah, we have a little East Street school, elementary school.
I went
we
to,
get together once in a while.
Oh, really? The
St.
elementary
Francis
school?
Prep
Yeah, East
when
Street,
it was a boys' school in Brooklyn. And it's now in co-ed school in
Yeah,
Queens.
they offered me a job right after I got my
St.
Hicksville
Francis,
job.
yeah?
Right after I got the Hicksville job.
Well, I went to my 50th reunion.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago.
20 years ago.
20 years ago. That was fun. Well, a lot of people still alive.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
surprised.
That was one of the sad things about my reunion because they had a
Yeah.
little
We did
board
that.
with
everything.
everybody.
board, with all the
Yeah.
pictures. And we're in double digits, just
Your
my
classes
class.
had a because you're younger than me, and your classes, I don't know what's
I-
going on in the
yeah, I
water
didn't know
with your
about some of
class,
them.
but
I
a
was
lot of
shocked.
people.
Yeah, it's sad. It's too young.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Even from our grade, yeah.
yeah. There's a
Few
bunch
had,
in your
yeah.
class.
Not a bunch, but a few had, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, we were just Rob Fuchs. Was he in your class, Rob Fuchs?
I remember
Sounds
that
very
name.
familiar.
He just passed earlier this week. Yeah,
There
he
was
had a stroke. Yeah.
There was someone, Chris Becker or somebody?
Oh yeah, that's right. I just heard about that too. That's skiing accident or something.
Something like that. I didn't know him, but I heard about it,
okay.
and again, that's right around our year. Then.
Sure, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's Pete Human's nephew.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but
Pete was a student of mine.
One thing I wanted to ask: are there any students that you guys feel like you had something to do with? Well, like this, Drigo's doing the framing and working the art gallery. Do all you guys have a few or any students where you felt like you kind of had something to do with, like where they went to art or something similar, and you felt like you had an impact, or you had something to do with that?
Well, the reverse. I don't think I would have gotten into art school if it wasn't for them.
Really?
I mean, you're a high school kid, you just kind of do whatever, but you apply to these art schools, but it's them to help put my portfolio together. They were shooting slides of my work, and the 35mm slides of the portfolio that I would bring to the interviews and stuff, but they were really they would spend time after school, and that really stuck with me
Yeah. That's interesting you say that, because that's one thing I feel is kind of like an indirect influence that they all have. Because even if, like myself, I didn't stay in art, but there was more to it than that. It was, again, that camaraderie and hanging around the art classrooms and feeling that welcoming feeling that you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Right, and that helps your self-esteem to no matter where you're going in life, and you kind of carry that with you, and how you are with other people now. Say with kids younger than us, you kind of take their influence.
That's
go
just
with
me. So imagine the hours they put in for just my stuff. Imagine the hundreds of students that they would do.
Exactly, right.
All the hours that
Right.
they would spend after class doing all this. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Right.
I
We still
remember.
bust on Chris Yee about that too. Like
Yeah.
his 20 pieces that
Everything
had to be
was
matted the
last
day
day.
that it was due.
Everything.
Yeah.
And that was slides. You had to shoot
Yeah.
slides of the
And
work.
then get them developed.
Oh,
It's
right,
not like
yeah,
they were
sure.
ready right away.
Yep, definitely.
I think
Yeah.
you hope that you make a difference, and you don't always know until all of a sudden you'll get an email from somebody, and they'll say, "Listen, I never got a chance to tell you," and then they write to you these things, and you're like, "Holy cow, it worked!" What I was hoping I was doing
No,
actually
definitely. I think
did.
it definitely have influence on
Yeah.
more students than you think.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
we actually have quite a few students that became art teachers.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you got
Chris
Chris
Smith
Yee
and
and
Fran.
Susan
Fran.
Gorney.
Fran Bear.
Fran
Fran
Bear.
Bear.
Yeah, Fran Bear's got a daughter who just graduated from Hicksville.
Wow.
Wow.
Molly just graduated last year. She's a beautiful, very talented girl. Yeah, we have a lot that turned out to be art teachers. Oh gosh, of course now they're not going to come tonight.
Are there any
Michelle-
that are teaching in Hicksville?
Malay.
Or no?
Yeah.
Kristen Lapardo.
Yeah.
Kristen, she's Kristen Powell now, but she's a fabulous art teacher. She's at the middle school. Yeah, we've had a lot that have because we go to the I go to the conferences and you see them at conferences, you know, and it's pretty cool. Or if you're in exhibits, Janine Nabor. Yeah,
She's your year.
She was a year after me.
Year after?
Yeah.
She's also really very talented.
See, I didn't even know that.
She's still.
Danielle Pagalatos was the year after you too?
She was a year after me,
Okay.
yeah.
Danielle Moses, that's Danielle Junk. She's in
Oh yeah,
art.
Yeah.
she's in art. Yeah,
She's in
Lots
Yeah.
of them. Lots of them have gone
Danielle
into art
Moses,
in
yeah.
different.
yeah.
I
A
just
lot
got
of
an
them are in
email
art.
from Danny Bracken.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Let's see.
he's at the London school. He went to London.
Wow.
He's
Nice.
he finished at Newport? No, Purchase.
Oh,
He went to Purchase.
he went to
I
Purchase.
think he went to
yeah.
Purchase, and now he's in London studying.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Did
great.
Hicksville have a bigger art department than other schools, or kind of that's the average?
No,
No,
we
we were
had
pretty
pretty
big.
large.
We had a
I think
lot of art
think
teachers,
only
yeah.
a couple other schools like Northport had more than we did, but
So what was it, 4, 5?
no, we had
No.
8.
More,
we had
8. Oh,
We had 8 art
photography
teachers.
and
Yeah.
We had 8 art
Yeah.
teachers.
No, yeah, we.
Danny Bracken, I'll never forget though. Danny Bracken one day goes
Poor Danny
from the
Bracken.
back of the classroom. He's like, "Mrs. Atkinson, can you please tell who was it? Marissa. So I think it was Marissa. Can you please tell Marissa she can't take her cat's medication?" And I was like, "Come on up front. Let's have a little talk over here." I found out that apparently the cat had an infection and was on antibiotics,
And
so
Marissa needed
they thought it was okay to give the cat's antibiotics to.
Oh, no.
No, you need to go down and talk to the nurse. Go down and talk to the nurse.
Yeah, you should ask us how many lives we saved.
That's why
In
there's
the
so
art
many.
room
It
itself.
was art teachers / nurses apparently.
Well, X-Acto knives. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
When I taught stained glass, I was
Oh.
always,
Oh, you were just picking splinters
I
out.
was between the glass and everything else that,
Mhm.
and then Nancy DeSorbo used to call me down to the office because I was one of the oldest teachers, just like she was, and I go, oh no, somebody broke that glass in their eye, something happened, we probably have a lawsuit, and I walk in there and she goes, do you remember this student? He's a doctor now.
Oh well, that was the worst when I was in labor with my son Alex, and I walk into Winthrop University Hospital, and the head chief resident behind the desk goes, "Miss Pilkington," and I went, "You know what? I got a doctor, I got my husband, I have a nurse, I have a midwife. Please don't come in while I'm doing please don't come in." I said, "I'm sure you're a fabulous doctor, but that's just a line I don't want to cross." Oh, that was terrifying.
My first colonoscopy was assisted by a former student.
No,
Wow.
Joe, that's
True story.
awful.
Oh, Mr. Scally. Oh, God.
Oh, that's terrible.
This is when you're happy when you can't remember them.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And was it one of those moments like, there's no way, how did you become a doctor? Right?
Yeah, I think Glenn Garbus, I
Yes.
think, is a proctologist or a.
Oh, is he?
Because I see his name on, or maybe it's the brother Garbus.
No,
Because when I went to have my colonoscopy recently, I saw that Garbus on there. I'm like, please tell me he's not coming into the room. That would be really bad.
He was on the Princeton trip too.
I know.
But-
Isn't it nice we can talk about colonoscopy?
Yeah.
Things
Smelling
change
like
as you get
pain,
older, you know?
So much, well, you know,
That's
I thought we were talking about art teachers. Well, all right, well, it's starting to get late, so why don't I grab some pieces here? You guys were nice.
Yeah,
enough to
they're
bring some
all
of your
over
work.
the
So I
house.
don't even know one of them. Where was there?
John Genzel.
What's that?
John Genzel. He said some of his best memories were in school, were in the art class.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm just gonna grab. I don't know what
Grab
here.
there's portfolios over
Yeah,
here on
look
the
right
side.
over there.
Grab over here. That's probably easier than.
Well, there is one portfolio over
I
there.
have, this is my portfolio.
In the
Keep on
feature
it.
bag.
It's a number 10 shopping bag.
Oh, Joe, we gotta help you out. I gotta make you a portfolio.
Actually, my daughter got me one, but
You like this bag?
You like the bag?
yeah, everything fit. It was really easy to fit.
Would you like me to get some contracts from the car?
And you can
have
always
to cross
wear
out the names.
it.
The unknown comedian, was it?
Yeah,
Was it
that's
there?
right.
I did just renovate my entire house, and I am looking for some artwork for above the couch. So feel free to.
Here, Joe, let me show
Some
yours.
this way.
While he's gathering others. Thank you.
There's one I want you to show because Mary's a stickler about straight lines, and I think straight lines are very, very overestimated, overrated. yeah.
Overrated.
Is this the vertical should remain vertical that I
Yes,
see
that's
whenever I look at your water?
Every now and then. Oh, you have that same thing.
Mary taught me well.
So what? You're gonna show some of
shared
that?
I was
Please,
just going to
I
show some while you're gathering
Okay. All right.
stuff. So,
I always get amazed because as much as I love being in these classes and wanted to be an artist, I couldn't paint for shit, man. So I'm just I get amazed when I see this amazing
yeah,
work.
I love your stuff.
No, I think the students in high school now are way better than what we were doing
Oh,
work
yeah.
back
Yeah?
then.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah. You know,
Yeah.
each
It's
year they got better
incredible.
and better and better.
They get better, because they get more visual.
Joe Scalia stuff. Can you come here for just a second?
Sure.
And because I'm gonna, if you could just hold it up as
See,
a.
What, am I holding it up? Like-
No, I already did that one. I just want to like.
At all.
No.
Never had art.
Do you have that,
I mean,
Jen?
the nun would put the train tracks, you know, the
Just like
version
that.
on the
Okay,
and
so
we would
that's
copy
the
it.
way he doesn't have a straight line.
And we would copy it. That was art. And
It's
so
like
my
what?
first art lesson I had was about 6
I
years
never even
ago.
thought about that. I guess Catholic schools didn't.
This one, I like that.
No.
a lot.
No art.
Angela Galante's son is at St. Mary's and has no art class.
No
He has
art?
not?
That's a
No.
shame to have no art.
Ask him which one he wanted
Okay, so
to
this
talk
is
to
why
Mary
we
about.
believe in public
What's
education.
that?
He wanted to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
to Mary about one of them,
No,
but I don't know
like
which one.
zero or
Here,
just
show
like
this one
less?
as mistake.
No.
No, no, there's no art class. Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
my niece goes to a Catholic school. She has video. She does have art class. She happens to have a lot. Of course, that school closed, I guess,
Oh,
because they
yeah,
couldn't
you're.
stay open
You just put
anymore.
this-
Oh, do I have it actually upside
Yeah,
down?
yeah.
This one?
Sorry,
This is one.
sorry, sorry. I was not an art student. Sorry.
These are arts can be seen from any.
The camera.
My trees are still lollipops. I'm
That's
sorry.
what he always says, the camera's at an angle.
Can I just come on a Friday when you guys
You
are
could,
just
sure.
painting just to hang out?
They let me,
This
they let me
Yeah.
come once.
This is the one she said.
I'll bring
But the
one.
fence is
Still
wrong.
mistake.
Oh,
I
okay, great.
said, well, you're looking down the
I
street.
had a fence that looked like that.
Yeah.
Wow, this is really pretty.
You're lucky to get replaced.
They did.
Back into the portfolio.
So you haven't touched any art since?
Well, I literally renovated my entire house, so I think like every single surface I've touched in terms of like new surfaces and everything. But occasionally I'll take some pictures.
Well, yeah, and that's
You know,
a lot of my memory is the photography. Yeah.
I think that's where I gravitate toward, and but no.
This was your photography class. That I don't know if you remember where I grow out of the guitar.
I do. Now
Yeah,
I
I
do.
thought you might.
Yeah.
There's a dog back
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look here.
yeah, keep
Oh,
going.
wow, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember you liked that.
I
so
did
remember-
like
yeah, so
that. You have the negatives still somewhere?
I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I was shocked. I was able to find these.
And you got good contrast in those. And the fixture was good.
Yeah, see?
See, the fixture was good.
Okay, if you say so.
I do
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, those are good days. Oh, you still? You showing
Yeah, I
me
just
these things?
finished. So pretty.
Oh, those are Mary's. Joan, you should look at Mary's. She's got some nice pieces.
Well, I'm amazed when I look at your stuff, Mary, online. When I see it on
I
Facebook
have
and the lace that you do
reddish portfolio there.
is
Also, you always like
amazing.
last night's painting, and there's like 8 of them.
The
This one's your
Victorian.
houses. This one's your-
Yeah, that's me. You can grab whatever you want out of there.
Mary,
There's
so
some
it's a new
prints in
one?
there.
But I think what amazes me is the
I like the shadow.
quantity. Oh wow!
I know,
That
isn't that
you-
nice? She does a really great job.
Yeah,
with
she
the
says
lights.
last night's painting.
No, but
I
hold
know,
on for just
but
a
It's like
second.
eight.
Just like
Yes,
so
right.
right.
Six
Them
or
out.
eight. Yeah, she does.
Hello?
It's
So that one's
incredible.
the,
Yeah.
They're all water
Oh,
colors.
hi.
Yep.
Oh, what a cool.
Where are you?
Oh, Beth, this is yours?
yeah, so that's actually I did that for an exhibit, but they use that for,
Miss
the
Hosey's.
Drama Kings, two of the teachers from the high school that play, music. That's their t-shirt design, and all, the t-shirts that they
Yeah, it's
sell with that
fantastic.
image on it is all going to Talent for the Troops, so the proceeds go for that, so.
Is that Andrew and Sanjay?
Andrew and Sanjay, so if
Yeah.
anybody wants that image with a t-shirt, on a t-shirt, you gotta let me know, and Andrew and Sanjay are selling shirts, and all the money goes for, wounded warriors, not the Wounded Warrior Project, but wounded veterans. So,
Yeah, Mary, your lace work is amazing.
Look at this
Yeah,
with the
they're really
glass
nice.
and
It's beautiful.
And so, how many paintings will you do in a night?
yeah, she cranks them out every day.
That's
Unless
awesome.
she can't
That's so
sleep,
good.
then she
I
doesn't.
don't sleep. I just
Do you sleep during the day?
sometimes, but
Oh, the amount of paint you must go through, right?
oh yeah, I'm always reordering paint. It's like, oh, I need more paint.
So where do you keep everything?
Actually, now I have it pretty organized.
Right.
I have it organized by subjects. I got these folder things.
Say,
that
and you don't
I put
sign them.
in. I don't sign them until I map them and frame them.
Yeah.
Usually.
Are you
So Mary-
selling your work?
Mary's gonna start selling at my gallery too.
Sold quite a few.
nice.
I've sold about 15, 20.
Wow.
But I do give my, I was telling Beth, I do give whatever I make to, the soldiers. 15 minutes.
There she is.
Oh
Nancy
my
Hosey
God.
Pierce.
Nancy Hosey Pierce.
Trouble. Good. How are you? How are you?
You really look the same.
You remember me, the little chubby guy down the end of the table?
Hello, Nan. How are you?
How are you?
Now we really do need a bigger couch. Here, scooch over.
That's all right. Let's go ahead.
No,
I'm
you gotta come in the camera.
Oh.
She's still the same.
Oh, hers
Over
is
here?
much more complicated.
Whatever.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, so it's like a
That's it.
like a big book. Like, so I can just show them like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is you?
All right.
Sure, I have one of those.
I don't know if we can.
Nancy, look my dinner.
So Nancy Hosey Pierce is here. All right, so this is some of Miss Upholt stuff. I don't know if I can
You
do
have
this
to
right.
open the zipper all the way.
That's right. That's what she said.
Now you know why I kept hanging around the art classes so much. Just waiting. Wow. Thanks for that setup. That was good.
Show them
Yeah,
how
I wanna,
to do it.
how can we do this? I don't wanna,
Oh. Yeah, no, but that's, you know, that's the best you can do. Yeah, I mean, you can take some out.
Oh, I didn't know if that was okay to take them out.
Yeah,
All right.
whatever you like.
All right. So maybe.
You gotta find something you like.
I like them
She
all.
used to come to the,
Oh, this I like. Yeah.
Here's Fergus,
Fergus.
Otherwise, I
gift
would
from
have something of yours.
Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, right,
He's
right.
coming in tonight.
really?
Oh, do you? Oh, you. Oh, that's true. You do.
I still live in Green.
Although I could drop it at Michelle's house tonight.
I
On the
know,
way
is
home.
that funny?
Yeah.
where
She
was
was
that?
right in East Westport.
Busch Gardens.
Oh,
Craig's
right.
right now,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Did you give him some?
Yeah, he came by. I was gonna say if you were.
I live in Westport.
This one I recently did.
In a year or so.
Beth Ann, I need copies.
Of those pictures?
Well,
These are
this
great.
one especially,
I
I'm just
know.
saying.
That one already went up on Facebook tonight.
Definitely.
Okay.
That would be good.
And my good old birch tree.
Yeah, and the birch tree.
It has a look. I was about to say it might have a couple of.
Don't judge her on the frames, Rigo. Don't judge her.
I love that.
It's funny how you just tell someone's just a little bit older.
Where is your frame at?
Hot Pot?
Yeah, 'cause
It's really good.
Yeah. One of my customers.
Oh, this was when I broke my collarbone. I did this left-handed.
Oh, really? Wow.
At Mary and
Oh, so
at Mary's house. It's this one.
Double-sided painting?
Yeah.
It's gone up since then.
Where's my elephant?
I know,
Just did
so
some-
Oh, there's some other
it's
ones.
There's the elephant.
especially, I mean, realistically, even the cost
Nice.
of frames are so much that you have to put that into
And then
the
there's my
prices
artichokes.
too.
Oh,
Yeah, your prices are too low.
Yep, they are.
Nice.
Too low?
Wow. That's
Oh,
amazing.
Mary's prices are too low.
Tony.
Wow.
Just
Yeah,
tonight,
Oh, okay, got it.
Thank you.
Mary doesn't sleep.
All right.
I like the elephants.
I'll show some Rodrigo stuff, and then
So
we'll.
you want one, just one?
No, you can get these.
This is you, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
There's only a couple in there.
So this
It'll go
one,
quick.
okay?
Okay.
What?
Yours take
Don
over.
DJ Schroeder is watching.
Who is?
Don
I can't-
Schroeder.
I
Anybody
can't
remember
crank
Don
out
Schroeder? He
the-
graduated with me.
No, I do one
Wow.
painting to their 4.
Wow, this
Like
is
it takes
amazing.
me 4 weeks
Oh,
to
she
do.
does beautiful paintings.
Wow.
Go down just a little
Are you
bit.
there
Come
every
down.
Friday, part of the whole?
Yeah, thanks. Perfect. Yeah, that's
Wow.
beautiful.
Let's see that one.
Dude,
Tony.
this is
I
something.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trico, your work is amazing.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Oh, God.
Every time I see it, just
I know. It's so good.
I love the Santa Claus.
They don't photograph as well as. They definitely
Oh,
look different
wow.
when you see
Isn't
them.
that beautiful?
That's the one
That's
we
really
saw
nice.
today.
Yeah, and even on Facebook, you
How's that
can't. I
work?
mean, there's so much texture to it that
Right.
you know it's a
Just the
shame
lighting,
that
to
you
get the
can't
lighting
see what
right
it's like.
with the cell phone.
Here,
it's
can I
kinda
have
like,
that?
you know.
yeah.
Do you guys have? You had a lot of students where you like Drigo where you. Now this is.
That's
That's my new work.
minimalism.
I
You're
just
the first to
I-
see this.
I'm
That's
just-
Rauschenberg.
Now, can I show that? Here.
I call that.
It's a Joe Stella.
Oh, these are great.
Aren't they beautiful? He's an
Yeah.
amazing painter.
But now, did you have students like that where, or I don't know if he was one of them where you, at the time like, wow, this kid is
Yeah.
just.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not at the time. I was
Absolutely.
saying no.
No.
No, in high school we were bad.
No,
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 Really?
no,
you
you
were
were
well
one
one of the ones.
No,
that-
but you could see the kids.
Yeah.
that
Even
were
if
like-
bad or not, you could probably still see
So
something
many
in
of
them,
them.
right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Danielle Monsees and Drigo and
Ron.
Elaine Chow and Ron
Ron
Atienza
Atienza.
and I mean the
Jim
list just goes
Hundergaard
on.
and
Yeah.
James
Yeah,
Buren
and Noel and Joy and
Yes.
yeah, all of them. They all. Just,
I remember that with Ron. I remember that
Yeah.
myself thinking this kid's got
Yeah.
something.
Christina Donalevich, do you remember her? Do you
No.
remember Christy?
Remember the name.
She might be a little younger than you. She was with Rob Dombrower. She graduated with him.
Oh, Dunbar was
She
he's a year ahead of
she
me.
was a great photographer too. I keep in touch with her still. She lives up in Bolton Landing, I think.
Oh, I love
I
that
can't
thing.
remember. I don't know if it was Frank or
Right, Corsu. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I know that
amazing.
name.
Have you seen his stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is he
not in a
doing?
while, but
Oh, yeah.
he's a sculptor.
Yeah, he does.
Figure,
And I had his niece
charcoal stuff.
in school
Sculptures.
last year, and she's really good too.
Yeah.
There's so many of them. I mean, the list goes on.
I
and
know,
on
and you
on
don't
and on.
even realize how many of them are creating art.
Kim Stanley and Sue Roman, they were I thought they were old talent,
Oh,
but Ron
I
and
remember,
Tans have blown me
Sue
away.
Roman, yeah.
Oh yeah,
me too. I remember.
Yeah, she's funny.
Oh, she's great. Yeah, still in touch with her. What are you doing? Do you still make any?
No,
Nothing, huh?
no, I started a little bit, but I raised 4 kids.
Nice.
I resigned after baby number 3 was born because I couldn't do both well.
Oh, okay.
I'm now coaching a little kick line,
A little kick line.
well, middle school,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, I just brought them to competition. They placed 3rd.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep,
It's got the hosey touch.
that's right.
Right, I remember that in high school. You were doing the kick
Are you
line
still
there,
as
too.
brutal with them as you were with Hicksville kid? Because you were tough on the
I
kid.
know.
The
He's
Hicksville.
mellow.
They loved it though.
I know, but
They
they
loved it.
You can't be as tough anymore.
no,
Not to
Can't.
middle school either.
Not to anybody.
yeah, no,
You trust me.
no,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really that much of a
Yeah.
difference.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
I think Joe and I were talking about that the last time he was here. Is it really? Is like the differences are that much? Like, can you still? Like when I was around you guys, all of you guys, and Artie Horowitz and Judy Pastina, Chuck Arnold, were all mentors to me, in my opinion. Can you still have a relationship like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because in fact, I remember you even drove me home one day. Like now,
That doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
you can't do that.
right? Artie Horowitz.
We were not supposed to do that then.
Oh, is that right?
Oh,
Because
no.
Really?
they-
I
teachers-
got driven
teachers
home
did it
all the
back
time.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even went to a baseball game with Artie Horowitz. I went.
Yeah, at the end of the
Yeah.
school, at the end of the year, we used to have like the National Art Honor Society used to come over. then I stopped doing that for a long time because I was, you know.
Yeah,
so
we
I
don't
didn't-
do that anymore.
can't
You
do
had
that
my
anymore.
Your
house.
house. We went to a party at
Yeah.
your house.
And
We
your
forgot
mother's.
about
My
that.
mother's.
I was still living at home. I,
What,
you know,
Huntington?
Huntington.
Yeah.
Had
Wow, I forgot
barbecue
about
for
that.
the yearbook staff.
Yeah.
She's like, nope.
Yeah, no, we don't do that anymore.
Can't do it
Trust
anymore.
me, we don't do that anymore.
Oh, yeah, I went to a baseball game with Artie Horowitz. Gary Metzendorf took me. Gary Metzendorf? Is that his
Ed.
first name? Ed Metzendorf.
And, yeah.
He took me to a baseball game once. But that's what I mean. That kind of thing. You can't.
No.
No, you
Which
can't
is a
do it.
shame to me, though. You know,
Yeah.
And
Everything's
you have to
changing.
watch what you say. I mean, you can't say.
yeah.
No,
You can't say what you think.
That's for
Now
sure.
you
You
can.
have to sugarcoat it.
No,
Especially
but
with-
we used to really, really fool around and kid with the students a lot.
Yeah.
And you cannot do
Well,
that.
let's put it this way, if we were all teaching now, we'd be
Fired.
I can represent you.
Yeah.
But that's a shame to me. I mean, really. I mean, that's all we've been talking about here. That's what I loved about,
Yeah.
especially the art classes.
But
You
still,
had that atmosphere.
I will say, that's in retirement. I miss those relationships that you develop with those students so much.
Sure.
And even though, you know, you can't joke around certain things, but then again, the kids bring things to you that you just don't anticipate them bringing to you. And, you know, so you are dealing with different things, but you don't joke about too many things. But
Sure.
still, the close relationships that you got when you were teaching, to me, I miss them tremendously.
Well, and we used to do a lot of things like the Olympics of the
I was-
visual arts.
I was going to say,
And we
that's
used to
where...
stay after school with the kids and they would work on these projects and it was a totally different thing. We weren't grading them. It was, you know, it was more of a collaborative thing and it
Yeah.
was a totally different experience than,
It was a team
know,
sport
yeah.
because they had to do it in groups, and
Sure.
I was going to say, even my last few years, everybody's saying, "Don't do this, don't do that," and I'd say, the Olympics of the art is why I'm still teaching
yeah.
because this is where I get the students that want to be there after school working on things together. You know, they're all in their own little groups, and I just enjoyed that so much.
Wait,
that-
that doesn't happen now. The after school thing doesn't.
Yeah, it
Oh, it
does,
does.
but it
Yeah.
does.
No,
but
but-
it's just different. It's
Yeah.
just very different.
It's become like a business. It's.
Yeah, well, when I retired, nobody stays till 11 anymore. That's,
Just,
At night.
just Adam Clive, that's it.
yeah, Adam, and that's no, but I would do that with the Olympic kids, and
Yeah.
that's how come you get so close. You know, you're ordering in pizza, and
I
you know,
remember
night after night, and
working on the yearbook. I remember.
I
those
remember
nights,
the
yeah.
floats that we used to build for homecoming. Those were that was the best. I used to
Yeah.
love doing that, but they don't do the floats anymore now.
Oh, is that right? They don't
No,
do
they
them anymore?
do banners. They do a banner and
Oh,
they carry
who
a
cares
banner.
about banners?
But they stopped doing it because I guess somebody's house got egged or something like that.
Oh, so
happened.
what? We egg Eddie Marshall's house all the time.
oh,
He knows. He knows.
I can still remember though building because I always wanted to win the floats.
You
always-
think?
I had a little competitive streak.
Yeah, thanks.
So I tried to make them as big as I could make them, and I remember one time calling Nancy DeSorbo in her office, I'm like Nancy, your husband Mickey works for the power company, right? She goes, yeah. I said, can you ask Mickey how tall the power lines are? and he gets on the phone with me. He's like, Beth. He goes, what are you talking about? He goes, well, on the side it's this high, but then the lines droop down, and that's
Yeah.
so. Mr. Pease, John Pease's father was my driver for a couple years because I had him and I had his sister too, and he would take the float and he would drive down the middle and then he would have to swerve to the right to go. And Mr. Pease looked like he was drunk because he would go down the road like this all the time. But I cleared the power lines and I won too.
How is it? Because this is your first year in retirement, right?
Yeah.
Is it
It's not
weird?
a
awesome.
year.
It's awesome.
I
yeah?
retired in June. I've been to, let's see, I went to 2 classes, one in the Adirondacks, one in Vermont, and then I went to Amsterdam, and I went to Paris, and then I did an
Wow.
artist residency in Cuba, and I have an artist residency at the Art League, and then I was in Rochester. That wasn't so great. That was not for good reasons. And then I just was in Yosemite because I had a piece in a national exhibition
Right,
at
I saw the
Yosemite National
pictures on
Park.
Facebook, yeah.
So I was just out there for that, and then I'm going to Miami in April. So yeah,
Wow.
life's good.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, and I get to make art. I made art with these guys on a Friday one time. That was fun.
Yeah.
Get to make art with Drigo now.
Yep.
It's all good.
Full-time artist now.
Yeah, that's good. Made art with Nancy. Yep, we did some art in my basement. We used the printing press. So
Cool.
nice.
She's got a cool setup.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's all good. And then everybody's got to come check out when we open Firefly again. You got to come down for the opening because we're gonna have a big party. When is
So
that?
April.
That's a
hopefully?
good question. I don't know. I got to talk to you about that. I
April
spoke with
1st?
hopefully April 1st
April
we're gonna
Fools?
open. Around. I'm hoping the beginning of April.
Just
I don't
saying.
know. They told us that with the construction would be done mid-March, but I'm not seeing that happening.
Well,
We'll
what's
see.
this? What photo gallery?
Photo.
What is that?
So Photo is a gallery in Huntington, and they have juried exhibitions there, but they also had just an open exhibition. So I have 3 photos in there. My son Alex is a photographer.
nice.
He's up at Purchase. He's got 3 photos in it.
Oh, that's nice.
My sister-in-law Laura has 3 photos in it. And 2 of
So
the
it's
other
the
people from the
Atkinsons,
gallery.
yeah?
Yeah, the Atkinsons are taking over photo.
You are welcome.
So.
Just
That's
saying.
right. Nancy Hosey Pierce is the reason why I am an Atkinson.
It's true.
So
Oh, is that
that's
right?
That's
Oh,
right.
wow, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
about that.
After many
Wow.
failed attempts with relationships, Nancy decided she was going to get me married, and she did. So I can blame it all
It
on
took a
her.
lot. It took a lot. I had to offer up a lot of my. No, I'm only
Actually, she did. She lied. She told Brian and I went out on a date, and I thought he was the biggest idiot that I'd ever met in my life. And
He was kind of.
he was.
Camera,
Yeah, I know. He knows. I've told the story 5,000 times. So and then.
I called him
And
from
then-
the main office at
And
Hicksville.
she called him and she said, you know, Beth really liked you. You should go. You should ask her out again. And then she told me, you know, Brian really
Oh,
liked
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Oh no.
So she lied to both of us.
That's cool.
And then we went out and then we got married. So.
Again, you are welcome.
And let me point out, speaking of husbands, somebody told their husband to wait in the car instead of coming in.
Wait, your husband's
Oh,
out
your
there?
husband's
He's
out
there. He's in the
No, he
car.
doesn't want to come in.
Oh my
Come
goodness.
on, Keith.
As teachers, I always wondered, like, if you have a classroom of kids that you're doing projects with, do you ever think, oh, she would totally like him? Do you ever like put them together, like put them on,
Wait,
So-
the prom.
like these
I
like
remember.
17?
Oh yeah, the proms. we
Yeah,
used to
like,
do
oh,
that.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
make this person do a project with this person because they're, you know.
So I've had several.
I would totally do that.
No, girls in my
Dark
dark line
room.
and guys in my class.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, like
you
I
know,
put Tony together with the new kid.
Yeah,
That's
right,
true.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was,
but
yeah,
I
we stayed
always
friends
liked
for a while.
walking past Nancy's classroom when she taught at Hicksville
Oh,
because when she first
Oh,
started
God.
teaching, you know, Nancy
Never
was the
forget.
hottie teacher, the little blonde. She wore the little pencil
Yeah,
skirts
she
with
was.
the pen, you know, with the slit up the back, and all the boys would take Nancy's class. And so, yeah, and so one day I'm walking past her classroom, and there's like this ruckus going on. It's
I
all
remember
boys,
this.
all ruckus, and she's teaching them how to draw like objects in volume, like spheres and cones and cubes and whatever.
Remember this,
And all of a
don't
sudden I hear her say, "That's it! Get your balls out and hang them on the wall." I said, "Nancy, it's spheres. You don't say balls."
I actually said,
Spheres.
hang your balls up on the wall.
Yes.
That was a big.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
a big mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was my time. She
No,
was
I
still
did
a
that.
popular teacher.
Not
Yeah.
too long before I retired.
Hung your balls
it-
up on the wall.
Yeah.
Well, not on the wall.
Just get your balls
I
out.
hung each one's
And I'm
balls
like,
up on the wall.
and I'm like, how could I do such a rookie mistake
Oh, I
again?
And Jack Herzlinger, who also may be listening, I don't know whether he is, but I had him in photography, and I was teaching how to do pinhole cameras. And so, you know, we'd walk into the dark room, and I was talking to everybody through how to, like, load the paper in there for the first time. So we're all standing in the dark room, and I said, okay, all right, so everybody got your camera. All right, take your tops off. And Jack Herzlinger goes, "Miss Pilkington." Like that. I ran into him in Costco a couple years ago, and I told his wife that story, and she was like, "Yeah, I know."
When I used to teach stained glass, we had to put flux on the copper. It was a liquid that would allow the solder to stay to the copper. And every so often I would get kids that wanted me to do the stuff for them. You know, so they'd say, "Mrs. Day, can you flux my work?" You know, and I'd go, "Go flux yourself."
That's great.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and again, you wouldn't be able to get away with that
No,
today. That's
probably
crazy.
not. I told you.
Tony Liuzzi's website.
What's that?
Tony Liuzzi. Penny Flakowitz says, "What's this?" So we have Hicksville High School, junior high and high school teachers,
Mostly art teachers. And then some guy peeing in the corner.
Again, I'm moving closer to Drigo.
He's right in
Some
the
pee
corner.
guy.
Yeah, it's cold now.
And me.
Pee father. Pee father. There he is.
Pee father.
Pee father right there.
His father.
Then his grandkids call him Pee. Because his house smells like pee. Just
But
True
P
story.
is for patchouli, not.
Patchouli.
It's spelled P-E-E, right?
Pee.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right. So yeah, it's wow. See, we're having a good time, but it's going late. All right. So a couple of things I like to do here. I do it every week. I look at everybody's Facebook and I look to see it. Some mutual friends that that I have with you guys, and obviously there's a ton of them, being that we're all Hicksville. But I just grabbed a few that I thought could be interesting. And what I ask is that when I say the name, if you know this person, just tell us whatever comes to mind when you hear the name. And I'll start with Joe, and because we talk about it a lot, I'm going to say Jimmy Haas for Joe.
Oh, my God.
Jimmy's
There you
on
go, that's
vacation
exactly-
this week.
Yeah.
I love Jimmy. I love Jimmy.
So you have a calm, a quiet week on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's what he said. 7 days Jimmy Haas free. But he trolls me all the time, and people get really upset with him. And I know his heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love
I
him.
remember Jimmy
I
Haas.
remember
Yeah,
Jimmy
yeah.
Haas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny what you guys
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching that from afar.
Yeah.
Not getting
A few
involved.
times I chimed in and I said, no, this
Yeah,
gets way too heavy for
absolutely,
me. I don't
yes.
want to be part of this.
I'm just not that smart to get involved in, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Emily Eisen.
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
one do you want to ask that one?
Oh, well, anybody can chime
All
in.
of us.
Anybody, yeah.
Yeah, Emily's a really great artist. She's an artist in Northport. She was part of the Firefly Gallery for a while. She's got a show up at Daniel Gale down in Northport right now.
That's actually why I used her name, because I see all you guys are friends with her, but she wasn't a Hicksville.
Yeah, she was in
She's
elementary
elementary
Lee
teacher.
Avenue.
Where?
Lee Avenue.
I never knew that. I don't know her from
And
Hicksville,
in
but I
fact,
know
when
her.
she retired, Kristen Lapardo got her job.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I had
A
no
girl
idea.
on my kick line had me in art and had me in kick line and had her as an elementary school teacher. That's right.
Art
I had
teacher.
no idea.
Yeah.
Because she does work in the special needs community.
She's
Yeah.
amazing. She does a lot of the brain gym and balancing.
Yes.
And,
Yeah, because I had my daughter go
And
to her
she's
for a
she's
while.
she's very
She's very
good.
She's a yoga teacher as well.
Yeah, she does
Right.
everything.
Yes.
She just got that.
Swim stuff too.
Yeah. I used to drive up to Northport to drop my daughter off to take some
Oh.
classes. I had no idea she was Hicksville.
And you didn't come for coffee?
I don't think I knew. This is
See?
long before Facebook.
guess,
I had
yeah.
no idea.
I had no idea.
No.
Yeah, Emily lives like maybe a mile from my house.
Oh,
She's
really?
right around the corner from me, Nancy.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Makes me important.
My kids went to Wanto, and the superintendent who just retired. She's been in Northport for a long time. Goldberg? No.
No,
You never know. Thought I'd ask.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maureen Goldberg. No.
No, I don't know.
Okay. You never know. Where was I? I got one for you. Susan Spano to Taglioni.
Oh, I went to high school with her.
Oh, really?
She's a psychic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her husband is a comedian, so I see him at
Oh, so
Governor's
that's
all the
oh,
time.
that's so that's so
They're
funny.
great people. Love
Yeah.
them.
We were friends in elementary school mostly, and then we reconnected on Facebook. And she goes around and she does readings all over the place. Oh, that's so
Oh, wow.
funny that we
Didn't
have
she read us? Or she read me?
Yeah.
She read me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How'd that go?
No, it was good. It was good. I'm joking. She knew a lot. She knew a lot about my daughter,
My
right?
sister was moving here, and she, I thought she'd moved here like a year ago, and she was like, no, September. And I was like, no, it'll be like earlier. And she said, no, September. No, September.
Oh, is that right? I don't know that. Wow.
I know, it's funny.
Virginia Allison. I saw that on yours.
Oh, well, Ginny, Virginia, well, okay.
Hard question?
No, it's not that. It's just my son,
Oh, okay.
who I used to take to school all the time, so a lot of the students knew him, went to Iraq, and when he came back, he had PTSD, so he was one of the 22 that took his life.
Right.
And I work with Beacon House now. I cook for the soldiers that have PTSD. And to make sure they come to the meetings, we figure if you feed them, they'll come.
That's great.
So she interviewed me,
Oh, okay.
and she's interviewed me several times, and cooking and so forth, which was very strange. I had to watch all those cooking programs to see how to do that. But she's been wonderful to Daniel. Always remembers him,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah, she's very nice.
she's wonderful.
Yeah,
Very nice.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
Jennifer Towers watching.
Jennifer Towers.
Oh my
The Tower
gosh.
Girls.
Oh my gosh. The Tower.
Love the
family.
Towers. They have a last name of Tower. I love them. It's just automatic. They're great. And they just lost their mother a few months ago. She was great too. Betsy Adelstein.
Betsy Adelstein. I know Betsy, and so does Nancy knows Betsy. Betsy, she was a great student, but I'm friends with her now on Facebook. Her family lives in Northport. She has two beautiful twin girls, and she was on Kickline in the high school. And she was friends with Christina Dunilevich. And Betsy has actually given me photographs a couple times for the library exhibit. She's a really good photographer.
Yeah, she's amazing. Let's see, who else is here? Well, Kim Stanley I mentioned before. Ron Atienza we talked about before. Kathy Nikolic.
Is she a teacher at the middle school?
That's it.
That's all she's got.
You know what? So a lot of the people that I'm friends with are people that I was connected with when I was the union president in Hicksville. So a lot of like overlapping things, circles that way.
Oh, okay. She's my cousin. In fact, Mr. Hogan got her a job at Hicksville because that's what I was saying before. Mr. Hogan was best friends with my uncle, and so he.
And Mr. Hogan's daughter met her husband in the darkroom.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were in my class. Her and Arlen.
And Arlen.
Yeah.
And I've had several couples come out of the darkroom.
Is that right?
Oh, yes.
So now I'm mad. I not once did I think
never
about
thought
that.
of
And
that.
Wow.
The
One of
mis-
them just got married recently.
Oh yeah? Wow. Not that I would have opportunities. They would like get away from me, but I never even thought about that in the dark.
James Agnoli's watching.
James Agnoli, hi James.
James Agnoli. Yeah. Now he used to hit on me in the dark room.
I still have the picture that James took of us on the senior trip when we were dressed up in like the old-fashioned garb or whatever. Remember, he took the picture of you, me, and Karen and Patty. Or maybe it
And
was,
Joan, right?
Buffalino. Maybe it was Joan
Buffalino.
Buffalino.
No,
Oh.
Patty too.
Yeah.
I forgot about Miss
Yeah.
Buffalino. Wow.
Was
John
it Joan?
Marchetti's watching.
Yeah, could
Hey,
be.
John. And that reminds me too. That was my year. Was the year you guys did the variety show where you did Respect.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god.
That was
and
awesome.
I'm still pissed at my
I know,
ex-husband.
I know. My
Because
ex-husband.
we had a videotape of it. I had evidence of it.
Do
And
you have a
Joan's
tape?
like, oh, let me
John?
borrow it.
You
I-
have that tape?
I think.
Oh,
we need that
I'm
tape.
not.
That
I'm
tape.
not positive.
We
but
need that
I'm
tape.
pretty
So I
sure I
lent
did.
it to Joan, and her husband taped the football game over it.
Well, there's a reason I got divorced.
That alone.
That
That
alone.
was a deal breaker, right?
I would love to see that again. If you can find it, I'll
I'm-
get it digitized and make copies for everybody.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you. And
You
we,
can put that on Facebook. I can find
all right,
that.
I'll do it if I can find it. But that was actually, we talked before about some of us with our cancer fund. That was actually one of the things that I did during my time when I was sick. I took everything I had and I put it all on DVD.
Oh.
So
did you?
which is
Yeah.
why I think I have it, because I seem to remember seeing that.
I just started doing all that when my sister passed away. Right before she passed away, I started putting old slides on digitizing it
Sure.
because it's all gonna disintegrate.
Absolutely.
So you gotta do it.
Yeah.
What was another disaster talent show that in our grade?
Oh, your
And
grade.
everyone kind
It
of
was-
bum rushed the stage.
Yeah, that was the last time we ever did a talent
we
show.
killed it for that.
Yeah, you killed it forever for Hicksville, but it was like a lip sync contest.
Oh,
and-
that was me.
But I think
I
it
got
was-
beat
it was-
beat up out front.
Oh, you did.
That was
Yeah. That was
I
it.
got beat up pretty good.
That was the end.
It was actually I started. I was mad. I was mad that they bum
the
rushed the
truth comes
stage.
out.
And I was pissed that they bum rushed the stage, and I was hosting it with Jennifer Tower.
Yeah, you were the MC, right?
Yeah, it was me and Jennifer, and it wasn't just us. There were a few others, but we were all proud of ourselves. The first ever Hicksville lip sync contest. Now who cares? But back then we were all proud of ourselves. So I was mad that it went bad.
Yeah.
Because it was, And I remember as soon as the show was over, I just jumped right off the stage, and I went into the lobby, and I don't remember the names, but I remember the faces. But I remember seeing this one kid. He threw a woman, like a mother. He threw her out of his way because they were all just going crazy at this thing, and I just charged this kid, and that was it. Next thing I know, there were 6 guys on me, and Kim Stanley and Joe Conjemi, they came in and saved my ass.
Wow.
They got me pretty good.
Yeah, that was so sad because those were
I
fun.
have pictures from that.
Those shows were really a lot of
Video
fun.
or no?
No, I don't have video. I have stills from that night. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
These are things I hadn't thought about in years.
Yeah.
And
So-
you don't realize that they used to do a teacher's town show. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
right. I've heard about that.
Well,
Well,
they
the thing
was
that's
a
so
few years
sad,
ago.
now we
That's
have-
when I saw you when you were retiring. Wasn't that
Right,
some kind of
so
teacher
a few
thing?
years
Oh, that
ago.
was this talent
Talent
for the
for
troops.
Troops.
Right,
And
yes,
so a couple years
right.
ago, we started doing that,
That's
and
cool.
we've
That was a great
raised, I
idea.
think, over $40,000 over the last few years that we've done it. So they've got it coming up soon too. I think it's the middle of April. So if anybody's listening from Hicksville and they want to support our troops, they should come and check out Talent for the Troops, because a lot of the teachers do acts, and we have a lot of people that speak on behalf of the veterans, and then we have a teacher lip sync competition. So it's fun, and a lot of raffles too, raffle baskets, and we got a lot of really good art that we raffle off, and a lot of people in the community donate items for to raffle. It's some good prizes. Yeah, it's big. It's a big thing.
All right, I have 2 more names. Unfortunately, kind of sad, but Robin Price. Anybody remember Robin?
I remember Robin Price. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She passed away.
Yeah, she passed away about a little over a year ago. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
From what?
Yeah. You know, what was the story? She had, was it an embolism or something?
Something in her heart, like she
Yeah, but it
wasn't
traveled or
feeling
something.
great, and it was like boom.
It was something. It was something that was kind of lingering. If she went to a doctor sooner, they probably could have
Like
taken
an
care of it.
aneurysm
But
Oh, that's too
she,
Oh.
she lived by herself, and
beautiful girl.
she was great.
Yeah.
And she called. I forget who she called. Somebody saying, "Hey, I'm having trouble breathing." By the time that person got there, she was gone.
Wow.
Oh my.
Yeah, which she was very instrumental in putting together our reunion last year. So we, she didn't, she was already gone by then. So yeah, it was tough. And then the last one, Artie Horowitz, which I know, that was a big one for you.
Yeah.
Me too. He was great. Great.
Yeah, I spoke to him in March. His birthday was the day before my son's birthday, January 20th. So I called him, and he had called me in March. It usually took Artie a little while to return calls. And he was finishing up his sabbatical. He was teaching at Pomona College. He was on his way to Russia for a job-related thing. He was teaching drama.
Oh wow.
And they had bought a house in New Orleans, and he said, you have to come. So we were making plans and everything, and then I got a message, actually under his name, and I thought he had read the book and was going to tell me something nice about the book, and it was his wife, and said that he had passed away. It was,
Yeah, that was tough. Yeah.
I still, every day, I have his picture on my refrigerator every time I see him.
Oh,
Can't
nice.
believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, he was, just one of the greats. Yeah, for a kid in 7th grade who couldn't find his way to see a picture of John Lennon on, hanging up in the hallway in his classroom. He's, that's a cool guy. I got to talk to him.
There he
Oh,
is.
look at that.
There's
That's
Artie.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Totally remember him.
Oh yeah. This past summer, we there was a fella. He Steve Goldstein. Did you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He I don't know how they found me, but he had a get together for Mr. Arnold.
Yes.
He was in from Colorado, and yeah, I was fortunate enough to get invited, so it was nice. Hadn't seen him since he retired, so yeah, they just had to get together because he was in town, and Miss Berber was there. Great to see her. I go back to elementary school with her. Another one I tormented, I think, a little too much. Who was the teacher that you saw
What?
at Mr. Arnold's thing?
Oh,
He
it was a music teacher.
yeah, he remembered you.
Oh,
remember?
Mr. Bob.
Bob West?
No.
Or,
Tom Buddes.
Tom
Larson.
Oh,
Don Larson.
Don Larson,
Don
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great to see him. Yeah, I played saxophone.
Oh,
It's and and especially with unfortunately with something like this, it does. It makes you think a little bit, and you remember all the teachers and the impact they had. So I'm thrilled you guys are here. I'm really thrilled you guys
Thanks
are here.
for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's nice to know that students think of their teachers,
Absolutely.
and we did have an impact.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's not even like you keep talking about people going into art, but I mean, just you guys took care of us just socially and emotionally.
Well, right, that's what we touched upon
It
before.
isn't even what
right.
we wanted to do for a living. I mean,
Right.
math teachers helped me, and I'm not an accountant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
Sure.
yeah, everyone.
No, we-
It was amazing.
I mean, there were a lot of
we
freaks
we
too.
felt
but-
really blessed to have all you
The
people.
fact you get all of us together, it's nice that you come.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
How often can you get this many teachers,
Mhm.
hanging out?
Right. It's
About
not-
Friday You should do your podcast from Mary's house on Fridays.
I would love to
Oh,
actually.
but it's not censored.
That's fine. Oh, well, the last time Joe was here, it was after we turned this all off that we really had a great time doing a lot of name dropping. It was fun.
Yeah.
I think just for an hour I sat there saying holy shit over and over. I just couldn't believe it. It was
James
great.
Magnolia said Mr. Horowitz used to play Pink Floyd, Zeppelin,
Yeah.
Junior
Oh,
High, T-Wing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Of the T-Wing.
Yeah.
Love
Wow.
the T-Wing. Love it.
And it was the strangest
I
thing.
was afraid of the T-Wing as a new teacher.
Yeah.
But it was strange because you had Horowitz, right, and playing the Pink Floyd, but then directly across was Miss Lehman.
Lehan.
Lehan.
That's it. And she was like, you would. I remember.
Straight-laced.
Right,
Yes,
right.
the rumor was she was a nun at one point in her life. That's how.
Well, she was.
Oh, she was.
No rumor. No rumor.
I thought that was just us making fun of her.
No,
She
no,
really
she
was.
was. She was a nun.
Oh, I
And
didn't
she
know.
married Mr. Stafford,
Stafford.
Oh, I don't
Stafford.
remember him.
science teacher.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Before or after she became a nun.
But they, you know how many nuns and brothers
That's right. We
they
had a bunch
hired?
of nuns in
Is
there.
that right?
Hank
Yeah.
Cooney was a brother, wasn't he?
He wasn't a brother. I think he was.
Sister.
Was gonna be. He wanted to be a brother.
was a brother.
He started out as a brother.
No, they hired a
And
lot
then he
of
became a
lot
sister.
of nuns and former nuns and brothers and stuff because.
The schools closed, the Catholic schools were
Well, no,
closing.
they're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
discipline and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby's son's watching.
Yeah, we were talking about Bobby's son before. He was in Greece, right in '86. That was Bobby in Greece. Yeah, because she was complete opposite of Mr.
Yeah.
Horowitz. Yeah, we were scared of her. All right. We'll call on that.
Yeah.
All right. So, so do you guys sell your work? I mean, where can they? You mentioned before your website. What about everybody else? Do you?
Well, they could get in contact with me on Facebook,
Facebook
Okay.
is a good way to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
and I'll be with Beth.
And Drake, and yep, we're gonna be at the Firefly Gallery, Northport, 162 Main Street.
Nice.
Nice. Anybody else? Do you sell your?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just same thing. Contact you.
Yeah, or
Or,
hopefully
yep,
I might have
through
some.
Firefly.
Oh, okay. All right. Very nice.
I'll buy
and
some.
then- and we'll just see you around Northport.
Yeah. Sell myself. I don't know.
Still taking her husband in the car. Still taking with the fact that her husband's in the car.
My
Kidding.
1987
Oh, wait, I'm
stadium
tired.
fantasies are coming back, man. Here we go. Whew, wow. All right.
Oh, God.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank
I don't
you.
know what to say after that. Wow. Now I'm really glad you were here.
Joke. Kidding.
All right. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week. Thank Mary Stay, Drigo Morrow,
Marin.
Marin, damn it! Beth Pilkington, Joe Scalia, Cynthia Pohl, Joan Gelberg, Dean.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Joan
I'm
Gelberg,
open to changing it again.
Nancy Hosey Paris. Thank you, Sally. Me. Thank you guys. We'll see you.